everybody, this is Shraddha from Econstruct Design and Build Private Limited, and I'm here with the most awaited video and most requested video by many of you, many of the girls, that how can we make career in the civil industry, especially if you're not interested to go for a side job, then what exactly can we do, how we can make our career in the civil industry. And because of your request and so many requests on our WhatsApp number as well, we decided to bring this video to you, in which you will hear from Aparna, who has been working with us from a very long time now, and she joined us as an intern initially. So let's hear her journey, and I hope you will get many insights while listening to this story. So welcome, Aparna.
Thank you.
I would just like to ask you that many of the girls message me also, and on our YouTube channel many messages have come. Especially there are many girls and final year, pre-final year girls also who ask me how to get started in the civil industry as a girl and whether there is any career in this line. So since you joined as a fresher, you started your career in the core technical line. There are many civil engineering people, many civil engineering girls, not only girls but boys also, who do civil engineering but end up doing some other kind of job, or just people think civil engineering means side job. So what is your take on this?
Firstly, thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. And while talking about the girls, especially in this field, everybody have this misconception that civil is not for girls. It's meant for boys. And so while right from the time of taking admission only, people don't even look at that space. Civil engineering is the last option that girls have in their line. They either get into IT, computer science, and then have an option just because they don't have another seat or something, they come to civil. That's how they end up there. But I feel that things are changing, and people, like at least girls, should come forward to take this up, because civil is more about creativity. Like, people think that it's just about building houses. You look around, everything is civil. Like, we make things beautiful. We make the world look really better. So I think the misconception of looking at civil engineering should change first, way before people having a passion about thinking about civil engineering, is what I feel. Because understanding civil engineering as a subject is very important. And coming to taking that as a career guidance, especially for girls, I think it starts from them. It starts from within. Because when I was in college also, a lot of my lecturers told me, do internship, get training and all of that. And that's what we as a company here at Econstruct are also doing. We are doing on-the-job training. So that is most important, because you can go to companies, just be there. Because back then in college, when we were doing studies also, what used to happen is they used to just take open books, read it out for us, make us understand, convey it as a theory, and that's all about it. But that's not how the industry works. You cannot just read a book and build a structure. It doesn't work that way. So I basically think that as an individual, everybody should put efforts to, take a step forward and learn more about things. Yes, there are teachers out there who will teach you subjects. Let's say you go on an internship and some engineer or project manager or whomsoever is in charge of that would be teaching you something. But out of all that, you should have your individual efforts, because like Sandeep sir usually used to say, like, right now I'm sitting and talking here and there are so many things blooming and happening in civil. Right now, so many new things have popped up in civil. I go to Google, I get 10 to 15 more information. So that's how it is. So I think it's really important for us to keep updating ourselves on a daily basis, and also match it or gauge it with what your interest lies in. And that's how you can find a proper fit in the industry, is what I feel.
Okay. So, and you were also a topper in your time. So what made you to choose? I mean, did you very sure before going that, yes, I will go for civil engineering, or how did that happen?
Yeah, actually, my mom is from a civil background. So I've grown seeing her. So I didn't know much about civil. I've seen her because back then when she used to be working and I was a kid, they used to have drafters. They used to draw architectural plans. They didn't have AutoCAD back then. I've seen her carrying drafters and he used to draw each and every line. So since I was really interested in drawing stuff, that I got that this was something that I would like to do, because I just knew that it was just about drawing. That's all. I didn't know much about it. And then when I started growing, I thought that apart from drawing, or in addition to drawing, that's much more to it. So I started exploring things. Like I started learning about what more can be done through civil engineering. And I think maybe because of my interest towards creativity is why I chose this field at the first place. And also, yes, whenever I go out, all that what do you call as skyscrapers or tall buildings, they were quite exciting, and that gave me more interest to get into this field. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And my next question is, like we said that if they're not going for a site engineer job, what are the other fields that you would like to suggest that how they can make their career in something else, like BIM ho gaya, or project management, or anything like that? What do you suggest to learn at an early stage, like from final year or something?
Okay. I would like to tell you that especially for girls who, like we already know, we are not very accustomed to being at site. So I would like to tell them to learn a lot of softwares. I would not name them because there are so many softwares, but I would want each one of you to discriminate between the softwares. Like learning STAAD and Revit doesn't go hand in hand, because Revit belongs to a BIM family and STAAD basically belongs to structures. Yes, knowing both of them will give added advantage. I'm not denying that fact, but I would basically prefer all of you to understand where your interest lies and learn a lot of softwares, because we had Corona, and during that period also work from home was there, and knowing softwares had helped us keep going. Because if not for the softwares and we were working only on site, every company, the entire civil engineering industry would have gone in a big loss. Because knowing softwares and being there, being at the backside and back end and working through the softwares has helped us grow more. Even during this COVID period is what I think. So learn softwares and relate it to real-time, concepts. Like, let's say you take anything for that fact. Let's say you do a project scheduling. So you use MS Project. So just don't by heart or something, relate with the construction of your house, for example, and then you will be able to learn better. So I think software knowledge is the most important thing I would prefer, at least for a girl, because guys always have an option. If they don't know software, they all can end up having a basic site engineer job at least, but it's not the same for girls. The only option that we have is to enhance our knowledge and be right there in track.
Okay. And you're working as mainly structures was the department, but it's not only structures, you're also into another techno management kind of things. You're into, trainings also. Plus structures work. So what is, would you like to describe the kind of work you do here?
Yeah. Ma'am, thank you so much for asking that question, ma'am, because I don't know, in the last 3 years I've been associated with eConstruct. I've done so many things. The list is long and long. Like I've been handling clients. The sir and ma'am have given me the opportunity to talk to clients, handle the projects, take it through, prepare right from the creation of contract document till the handing over of the project by giving GFC. Through and through I've been there. Because a lot of people ask me, like, are you doing ETABS? Are you doing SAFE? Are you doing AutoCAD? I say I do everything. Because when I got to know from most of my friends, they told me that their scope of work is very niche. It's very little. It's confined to a particular space. They are made to model, or they are made to do analysis. They are made to do design or just detailing. But here there's no confinement for me basically. Someday I do analysis, someday I handle clients, and I also get to teach or deliver something to the students. Sometimes I do some managerial works also. So a lot of things combined together. So I think at least for a startup, for a start of the career, this was a much needed start because it's pushing me to work harder and harder. Tomorrow, if somebody asks me to do just analysis, maybe I'll feel that very monotonous because I've always been very active doing a lot of stuff, because the job role here has been very dynamic. It has made me think in a lot of perspective. 1 minute I've been doing modeling, the next second I'm given another job. So my brain is very active, and I basically am very enthusiastic. Like it feels so live to work here. So I think that kind of atmosphere at the initial stage of the career is very important.
My next question to you is I feel that the major mistake many civil engineering people do is in the final year they go for internships, but sometimes they are not able to identify what is a core internship and what is just internship. There are people who are doing internships with the institutes wherein they are doing some marketing work, or they are doing entirely, or they are just going to the site, standing on the site whole day and coming back, learning hardly anything. You just go to the site, report, come back. So those kind of internships don't really help. So how to differentiate between a core technical internship, which will actually make learning happen, and just any type of internship? And what is the importance of that? Because many people don't understand the importance of internship. They end up doing some internship for the sake of it. And now at the end of the day, the time is gone and learning has not happened. So what is the importance of understanding that what is the right kind of internship and how you can grab it?
Okay. Like ma'am rightly said, there are two kinds of internship. Like one is actually learning something, and the other one is just doing just for the sake of certificate or whatever. So I basically think that the way to differentiate it is the knowledge gain that you get out of it. See, the basic internship, the normal internship that you just do for the sake of certificate doesn't demand anything from you. You really needn't be there also on the site. You just have to enroll, just go there, do some sightseeing or something and just be back. It really doesn't need your presence also sometimes. It's just being there, and maybe physically present, mentally absent kind of thing, or whatever. It just needs your presence there, or sometimes that also might not be required. But the right kind of internship is when you 100% or maybe 200% be involved, be there and learn things out from an experienced professional. When I say experienced professional, I want you to take internship under someone who has actually made real-time structures. Because when you talk about, let's say, for example, I'm going back to college. So I think most of you would agree that a lot of people who have taught us have not had real-time experiences on site, because they have learned something and they are sharing the knowledge that they have gained through their experience of teaching. So there is a difference between having a teaching experience and a real-time experience. Let's say I teach civil engineering to someone, they would probably be able to deliver the same to someone else. But when I have to teach real-time engineering, things that only comes through experience, that person should have done real-time projects. Only then, let's say, for example, a problem comes up. Maybe a person who's not so experienced would be able to give you 10 to 15 solutions that this might work or this might not work, because those are all theory basically. They are found in books, and I think anybody who have read the same amount of books would be able to give the same. But when you have real-time experience, right by seeing a problem, he or she would be able to give you the exact solution, and that is what is needed in real-time industry. And I basically suggest everyone to look for an internship where you can learn from people who have had real-time experience, like 50-60 years of actual structural experience, civil engineering experience. Number of years doesn't really matter. You have a person teaching you after 2 years of solid civil engineering experience, that's where you learn. And even when a person has 60-70 years of just teaching experience, I prefer previous one would, teach you way better, and you will have a lot of knowledge gain. So and also one more thing is, during this process, staying consistent is also very important, because it is a heavy subject. When you go in depth, there are so many things to explore. There is nobody who knows everything. There is so much to learn, and every day is a learning. So you just have to stay consistent and also be motivated to learn more. So that's very important. And one more way to grab internship is to keep updated. There are so many forums. Like our YouTube channel, there are so many YouTube channels. If you want to gain knowledge, there is no limit. Sky is the limit. You have so many, information around. All that you just have to go for it and keep yourself updated. Just apply for it. You might not crack through. It's okay. Just understand why you didn't get through and then apply for better opportunities.
I agree. Yes. So, what is your any other message that you would like to give, especially the girls watching this video and who demanded this video? So, one last message.
One last message that I would like to give girls is, if you have this thing that civil is only for guys and this is not a cup of tea, please take it that from the smallest corner of your brain also. It's not so. Because it's fun. All that I want you to understand is you just have to understand civil engineering better. If any one of you is having a perspective that civil engineering is not for girls, it's not a cup of tea or something, I think you have not understood civil engineering better. So, or you have not understood civil engineering in the right way. So I would want you to explore. There are n number of opportunities. Infrastructure is blooming. Smart cities are coming. There is no end for civil for the next 50 or 100 years maybe. This is never going to stop. And if you see somebody saying that IT is blooming up and civil is not, it's not so. You have so many opportunities. You have so many things evolving around you. So please don't take that, and please stay motivated. And whatever we have tried to share through this video, please try to keep that up as well. Because just getting it and not implementing it, by that also you will not end up doing anything also. So yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Aparna, for coming and sharing your experience with all the budding civil engineering girls out there, and especially who are in final year. And thank you very much for asking or requesting for this particular video. I hope we have answered most of your queries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Last but not the least, girls, I would like to tell you that civil engineering is not something gender specific. I agree that there are less number of women or girls who are going for this line as compared to boys, but it is not something to do with the gender. Basically, if you are passionate about structures, you're passionate about making creative spaces, you can definitely enter into this line. And being into civil engineering doesn't mean that you have to be on site. You have to be on site all the time, or there is a misconception that civil engineering is site engineering, just being on the site. It's not like that. There are many opportunities. It is just that you have to plan your career. You have to identify your niche, that what belongs to you, what is your niche. You have to identify your niche, and if you're able to do that, you can definitely make a very successful career in this line. Do a proper planning under the guidance of industry expert. That is the first tip I would like to give you. Always see what some experienced person is doing in this line, and you can explore your career as a BIM modeler. You can explore which is a very high paying job also. Over the period of time, once you have experience, there is huge scope for a BIM engineer, BIM specialist in India and abroad. And this is a very high paying job and very booming industry, wherein BIM is compulsory in many other countries. And in India also, for bigger projects, BIM is compulsory. So BIM is the future. Start learning BIM right from final year engineering, and utilize your final year engineering for doing some on-job real internships, wherein you gain real work experience on real projects. Once you're able to get that kind of experience during final year, you will be able to easily enter into the core line. Another field that I can suggest you is a project management. I think women can do multitasking. Women can really manage project and people very well. That's why project management is another field wherein you can also bring a lot of automation. There are softwares like MSP, Primavera, and many other ERP softwares are there, which are also in-house softwares of many companies, which are implemented in most of the big projects. See, big projects cannot be completed just in Excel. Nowadays, there is automation in every company, almost every company, and if you learn the project management softwares, and that is another high paying job waiting for you. Yes, it will take some time for you to become a project manager. When you start, maybe you'll start with a little lesser pay. You might struggle to enter into the line. But once you start building the skills required to become a project manager and to manage the project through software, through complete automation, you will be able to make a successful career as a project manager with very good salary. Now, another option is becoming a structural design engineer. Of course, if you become structural engineer, again, the growth is little slower for structures because it's a niche field. We compare structures field with the doctor's line, wherein you need to get the judgment. Okay. So to get judgment, again, you need years of practice. But if you have passion for structural engineering, that is another very good area of work for women, for girls. And apart from all this, if you are interested in interior designing, you can even learn how to design, the design consultancy and execution in the interior line. Even that can be learned. Apart from all this, there is one other field about which most of the time people don't speak. But if you're not interested in designing also, if you're not interested in structures or BIM, there is another line wherein you can explore how to upload the tenders, how to shortlist tenders, how to see the tenders, how to fill the tenders. So tendering is also one of the department in many other companies which is again having very good scope for women. Other than this, there is plan sanction assistance related works you can go for, or you can go for contracts management job, wherein whether the company is big or small, they need to make contracts with their clients, with their vendors, with their employees. So there is another scope in the contracts management field for girls. So sky is the limit. It's not, remove that misconception that civil engineering means becoming a site engineer. It's not true. Civil engineering has many other options, many things that you can do if you plan your career, if you start acquiring skills at a very early stage, right from final year or pre-final year through different internships. And after passing out, it might take a year's time for you to learn the skills. You have to just plan under the guidance of industry experts. And at eConstruct, we have free counseling sessions on a Zoom meeting. Details are in the description box. Just come on a Zoom meeting with your CV. We will analyze your CV, we'll tell you what is good for you and how exactly you can acquire the required skills. Apart from this, we also have many on-job learning programs. All the details are on our website and in the description box of this video. Go through that, and still if you have any doubts, please get in touch with us on the WhatsApp number. You can chat with us, you can call us, and definitely we will help you to understand how you can make your career. And last but not the least, if you're learning BIM structures, you can even start your own consultancy over the period of time. So instead of going and working somewhere, maybe you can start small, but you can start a small consultancy and eventually grow your consultancy business. This is also another very good opportunity for girls. So with this, I hope we have given you insights about how girls can also make mark in the civil industry, and it is not gender specific. This field is not gender specific. I hope all your doubts are cleared, and if you have further doubts, write in the comment box and we will just reply to that. Thank you very much.